Georgia with a school record 713 yards tonight in a explosive offensive performance, 56-20 over the Florida Atlantic Owls. Yeah, slow start for the Dogs, and then they did what they apparently are going to do from here on out, which is completely flatten teams in a short amount of time. No Jarvis tonight, Josh Dawson, still missing a few guys. Rambo and Ogletree probably won't play until the Tennessee game. And then you got Chase Vassar coming back. But guys like Deloach played a lot. Josh Dawson played a lot. Jordan Jenkins, probably the next really good outside linebacker at Georgia. He played a lot. And then they rolled a lot of guys in and out of there. So for Georgia, I thought this was a pretty good win. I mean, and the question though is, are these guys, are they slow starters or are they game enders? I think they're game enders because, when they played Mizzou this past week, that was a real fight, okay? You're not going to blow everybody out. Well, even though Georgia has done that these 3 games, you're not going to blow everybody out. At some point, you're going to have a fight on your hand. They had their fight on their hand against Missouri. And these next 3 weeks will be critical with Vandy, Tennessee, and Carolina. You look at the national landscape, and you see, this next week, Florida and Clemson will decide essentially who the best team in the ACC is. Beyond those 2 teams, the ACC is looking pretty rough. Virginia Tech getting beaten badly today at Pitt. Southern Cal cannot figure Stanford out. The Gators topple Tennessee. So until you lose, you're in good shape, right? These next 3 weeks, Georgia could lose all 3 of these games. Now, they won't, but they could, okay? So the focus has got to be there. Guys like Jarvis, who are returning, need to play well. Todd Grantham said tonight, yeah, we got guys back, but everybody's not played together. So that will be something Georgia will have to deal with. But, I mean, look, Aaron Murray, with the exception of one throw, just a really good night, efficient night. 342 yards on 14 throws. Had a 67-yarder. Christian LeMay needs to pick it up in general. The interception for a touchdown was bad. But Georgia, running for 328 yards, that is a lot of yardage. Todd Gurley, Keith Marshall, first 2 true freshmen to go over the 100-yard mark each since the Arkansas game in 2004 in Fayetteville. I was at that game. That was a long drive. But this is a good Georgia team. These guys probably have the ability to be dominant. With the exception of a game or 2 for the rest of their schedule, these guys could be scary good and could really thrash people. But people need to realize they're going to get into fights. They're not going to score 40 points every game like they have, this entire season. They're not going to have 500 yards. They're going to get scored on at times. Now, they've been scored on. I mean, the average, this score, Georgia's winning games like 45-20. That's about what they've been doing this season. They're not going to have these games where they win by 25 points every time. That's not going to happen. Now, is Vandy going to come in here and fight Georgia? Yeah. Is Vanderbilt probably going to lose? Yeah, they're probably going to lose. I don't think Georgia's going to beat Vanderbilt the way that they want to beat them. But, boy, Mark Richt was ready to go tonight when asked about Vanderbilt. And, if you're watching this, that means you can watch the video of what he had to say at the end of the game. So I just think the season is now for Georgia. This stretch is coming up, is critical, and they should win the games. They're better. I mean, to me, they're better than South Carolina. They're better than the Vols, and I think for sure they're better than Vanderbilt. But you got to go win the games, and that means no turnovers. The reason why they lost to South Carolina last year wasn't because South Carolina was better. It was because they turned the ball over too much, Aaron Murray. So this season is right in front of Georgia. Win the games you're supposed to win. These are games coming up that are winnable games. Some of them they'll be favored in. I mean, my guess is they'll be favored by 10 over Vanderbilt, something like that. It could be more. resist the urge to want to thrash Vanderbilt as badly as you can possibly thrash them, and just go out and play your game, and that's it, and you will thrash them. So for Georgia, critical three-week stretch here. It's time to strap on big boy football. Bulldogs 56-20 wins tonight. 56-20 winners tonight. Long night. So Georgia, big 3 weeks coming up here.